What is up, my ducks and drakes? Welcome to the crawdad, and today I just wanted an opportunity to talk about my latest obsession musical. I've been obsessing over it for the last 3 months, so right now I'm currently trying to replace it. But in the meantime, while it's in my head, I decided to do an Art Monday about it because for topics, So this musical is called Next to Normal. It's a 2009 musical that follows the Goodman family, but kind of mainly centers around the mom, which is Diana Goodman. And basically 16 years ago, their son died because Diana wasn't really paying attention to the child, but then she started seeing the child in hallucinations. And basically this whole show is 16 years later, 16 years after the guy's death, and they're just trying to survive. They have a daughter named Natalie. Notice how it took me a long time to get to Natalie. That's because it also takes Diana a lot of time to get to Natalie. Whoopsie doodles. Yeah, so Natalie is their daughter, who is actually alive. She's a tryhard. She plays piano. She's gonna get into Yale, and she's graduating a year early, which is very, very impressive. So she's over here just slaying, but also at the same time she has fears that she'll end up like her mom. And this boy comes around, Henry. Now in this family we do not stan Henry. Henry's the worst because it's Henry. I haven't actually seen the show, but I've listened to the soundtrack over and over and over. And let me say, I skip all 4 of his songs every single time. I skip Perfect for You. I skip both Hey 1, 2, and 3 because they stop the plot right in its tracks. Then there's my personal favorite character, which is the dad, his name is Dan Goodman, and he's over here, he's supporting his wife. It's all diddly darndly goodlies. But here's the thing. He also sees the hallucinations of the son, but chooses to ignore them. And he's basically just sitting there being the supportive husband and good old boyo that he is. And he is just amazing and supportive and the best person you'll ever meet. Of course he has his faults, because everyone does, but he's so supportive. Oh my gosh. Actually, that was a lie. Dan's my second favorite. My first favorite is the son, which is kind of a controversial statement considering that he's kind of dead, and by saying the son's my favorite character, I'm kind of just saying, oh yeah, this woman's schizophrenic hallucinations is my favorite character, which sounds really weird, and probably is a very weird thing for me to say, but the way this character is presented within the musical is amazing, because they don't present him as a hallucination, they present this character as if we're actually seeing him like Diana is, like he's actually a real character, until the dad reveals that he died right in the middle of Act 1. And I should have put a spoiler warning in the beginning. I'll do it later. And it's just very cool. And to some extent I think of him as the villain of the story, which it's more so an emotional journey like Encanto, and there doesn't really need to be a direct villain. But if I were to pick a villain, it'd really be the son. And as you see, I'm refraining from using the son TM's name because that's kind of a big thing at the end. So I beg of you, if you have not seen the musical or heard the soundtrack, you listen to it or watch a bootleg of it before continuing with this video, because oh my gosh, emotional roller coaster, and it is constant up and down and up and down and up and up. And so the son I think of as the villain, with the big villain song being the song I'm Alive, and just his whole purpose as a character is being you don't need normalcy, you have me, and you don't need to listen to anyone else or be with anyone else or do anything because you have a me, Mario. Mario's not the son's name. I just kind of said that out of needing to reference it because I watch Jack's films. What I'm actually drawing now is just kind of a reinterpretation of the album cover for the Broadway musical. And the thing about the show that's kind of off topic is the fact that I might be able to see it this summer because the director of my theater program was the dad in the play, and now he's doing it, and he might be doing it over the summer, and I might be able to go see it, and I'm very excited and happy for that. This whole show is just amazing, and it really just brings out some very deep conversation that should be had more often about being prepared to have a kid and not just letting yourself have a kid because it kind of happened, and just like making sure you're ready to have one. Because like my favorite line in the whole music is, it's my favorite line in the whole music. Yeah, you're not tired at all. Yeah, I just woke up from a nap before recording this. I'm so tired. TM. The tired is trademarked. But my favorite lyric in the whole show is, I was a child raising a child, in the song How Could I Forget? Which is basically the plot in the story where she decides to kill her being self, and they're like, oh yeah, let's get an electric shock. So the electric shock her, and she loses her memory, and she forgets she even has a son. And her husband's like, oh yeah, we're gonna help you get your memories back, but just conveniently gloss over the fact that we had a son. But then she accidentally stumbles upon a box of his old stuff, and then like her memory comes back, and she basically just breaks down. And it's just like, how could I ever forget? And she just recalls the day taking her like dead son to the hospital, his like limp body in her arms, and just her recalling that like she wasn't ready to have a child, and she was a child raising a child. And I think about that a lot, like probably too much. Like it's kind of just destroying my being as a whole just from existing, and it's good, which is why I'm trying to find a new obsession musical, because this one isn't really good for my mental health. I've been obsessed with it for about a month now, actually 3 months. I don't know why I said a month. Ever since we started our Matilda show for like my theater company. And it's been 3 months, and I need to find a new obsession musical. So if you have any musical recommendations, put them in the comments below. I'm trying out Jagged Little Pill, but we're gonna see how that goes. It sounds interesting enough. Thank you so much for listening. If you'd like to support me, I have links in the description below, including stuff like my Wattpad, Etsy, where I sell beaded things, second channel where I go live, Discord, you can talk to other ducks and drakes, and my TikTok where I do cosplays. There's a couple other things down there, but I'm not going to list them all, because there's no reason for me to list them all. I just am very happy to be like able to make things again, since we just got done with our production at school, and I'm no longer gonna be tired and busy all the time. Well, I'm tired right now because we just got done with the show and I'm studying for an AP test, but like yeehaw, you know, it's gonna get better soon. And much like me trying to talk, do your best.